expertise is more or less the same as that of my colleague Charles. Food safety compliance with the standards. And on top of that, I do a GlobalGAP certification audits. I've been with the ColiaSP as a trainer and consultant expert for like 10 years.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Andrew, the floor is yours. Or Mikias will come in. Okay, Mikias, let's hear you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Mikias from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. I'm working with GlobalGAP, I think, for the last, I can say, 10 years, literally. Currently, I'm a national relay for Ethiopia, representing GlobalGAP in Ethiopia. And I'm also a farm assurer from the GlobalGAP. And I also work for Ethiopian Horticulture Producers and Exporters Association to support food and vegetable farmers to comply with these GlobalGAP standards. Thank you.
Thank you, Mikias. Andrew, are you there? Hello, Andrew. Okay, Joseph Ajin has joined us. So, Joseph, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very happy. I'm fine. I'm fine by God's grace. I'm fine. And please yourself.
I'm also fine, thanks.
Okay.
So currently we have Miss Angela, Mikias, and Andrew, and we are doing self-introduction. So we would like you to introduce yourself briefly to us, your name, your country, something little about your profession, and then we proceed.
Sure. So my name is Ajin Joseph, and I work with Budukwan multi-fruit company. Yeah, we are in Ghana, the place in Kumasi. And I'm in charge of warehouse and stores. So that's all about me for now.
Great. Thank you very much, Joseph. Andrew, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Great. Let's go.
Oh, I'm Andrew Anyama. Currently, I'm an agronomist dealing with the export of vegetables, and I'm working with one of the export company in Kenya, that's Interveg Export. So I'm in charge of production and compliance in terms of GlobalGAP in the field.
Okay. Thanks, Andrew. Okay, so we'll go to the entry knowledge questionnaire just to be sure that you have all completed it. So who is here to complete the entry knowledge questionnaire? Have you all completed it?
No.
Is anybody here to complete the questionnaire, please? Okay.
I haven't done it.
Okay, because I should be able to see, but unfortunately, I think I can't see. I should be able to see those who have completed it, but Angela, can you see it from your side? Are you able to view the participants who have completed the entry knowledge questionnaire?
No, not at this moment.
Okay, all right. So just to say that we all do well to complete it if we haven't yet done it. All right. Okay, so I'll give the floor to Miss Angela to just re-emphasize some of the stuff about GlobalGAP Fit for Market program. We might know it already, but just by way of emphasis, and also ensuring that we have actually placed this training program where it belongs in the perspective of GlobalGAP Fit for Market program. Okay, so Miss Angela.
Thank you very, very much, Charles. I know we are all aware and have heard about SCP, and that is why Joseph, Nikias, and Andrew, you've registered for this training. Now, for the SCP, this is just an abbreviation for Europe, Africa, Caribbean, Pacific Liaison Committee. This was started way back in 1973. It's a non-profit and a private sector organization. It represents the interests of the EU importers, Africa, Pacific, Caribbean, and Pacific producers and exporters for the fruits and vegetables, flowers, and plants. Now, Ole SCP has got an arm, which is a Fit for Market program. And the Fit for Market program is, the objective is, as it is, product that is fit for market. And it aims at addressing growing needs and dynamism of the domestic, regional, and international markets for horticultural products, to enable by enabling the producers, small micro enterprises, organizations, exporting companies, smallholder farmers, and farmer groups to comply with food safety and the EU market regulatory standards. So the Fit for Market program, it is supporting the producers and exporters in the ACP countries. And its main objective is to strengthen competitiveness and sustainability of the ACP horticultural value chains. I think that is sufficient, not too much of information. Otherwise, we got an introductory video that says much more about the SCP Fit for Market program. Thank you. Over to you, Charles.
Thank you, Miss Angela. And thanks so much for your message on COLE-SCP. And I hope those of us participating today, we are also aware that the Fit for Market program is coming to an end somewhere mid of this year. So this is about some of the last activities we are undertaking. And I hope that definitely there will be a new program to run after this Fit for Market program. That let's hope for the positive. Okay, thanks a lot. So we are coming to the objectives of this training, and I would go to the training platform and share my screen from the platform. Okay, but even before that, let me go through the objectives first. So there are two main objectives, two overall objectives for this training. The first one is to provide you with the understanding and importance of internal inspections in maintaining quality management systems as far as GlobalGAP is concerned. Okay, so just that, I think you might have had the opportunity of viewing it already. And the second one is also to equip you with the skills so that you'll be able to conduct internal inspections, link with your company or with other producer groups that you deal with. So these are the two main objectives, and we'll be checking ourselves at the end of the training whether we can or we have developed the capabilities in these two main areas. Then, were you all able to download the training program, please, from the training platform? If anybody is having a challenge downloading the training program, please let us know. Okay, so definitely I know that you've all been able to download the training program. So we are going to go through the training platform quickly, how it is organized, how it is arranged, how to look for what information on the platform, and so on. And then we will now look at the overall training schedule. So I'm going to share my screen to the training platform. Okay. Okay, so this is the landing page for this particular training platform, Internal Inspections GlobalGAP. And you see the training is presented in tiles. So at the moment, there are about 8 tiles, and each tile represents where models are applicable, a particular model. So you have the welcome page, which was open to you last week. So you have gone through the welcome page, and the welcome page contains all the information about COLACP and Fit for Market program. Then you have an introductory tile, which introduces you to the training course. So it gives you some introductory information about the training. And let me quickly go through that information. And the training is going to be, the training is going to take place in 2 forms. Okay, so we will have the asynchronous sessions and the synchronous sessions. What this simply means is that there will be some times where you would encounter your facilitators, yourself and me, Angela and me. You encounter us like we are doing now. And there are some times where you are going to perform the training activities by yourself, independently. So this is how it's going to run. So we would encounter you from time to time, and you are also going to progress at your own pace within the training program. And each model is also organized into subtopics. Okay, so if you click, you see the subtopics. Model 1, dealing with importance of producer group, internal inspections, qualifications, competency requirements for inspectors, and things related to that. Then model 2, dealing with GlobalGAP compliance criteria and non-conformities. And then model 3, dealing with GlobalGAP internal site inspection processes. And model 4, practical site inspection. So once you click on it, you see the subtopics for each of the modules. So the subtopics are in sequences. So you see sequence 1, sequence 2, sequence 3, okay, in that order. And then that is how it is. You see all the sequences there for each module. Then here you have the training program. So I'll click on it to open. Okay, so this is the training program, how the whole training is going to be rolled out. So the training is from 1st March to 26th March. Now the reason why what we had last week was not really was not really part of the duration. Was the last week was just, we consider it as week 0, where you get used to the introduction and the other pre-training activities. But the actual training starts today, 1st March to Friday, 26th March. So about 25 days, 3 weeks in all. So as I've already explained, today is a synchronous session. So we are meeting in a live session to discuss things. Then some activities started last week, which are the introductory sessions. Okay, so those activities will still continue through even after today. Okay, and we'll have another live session on 5th March. So on Friday, we'll have another live session like we are having today. But before then, you should have gone through all the activities between now and Friday. And the activities are in the first model. So by Friday, you should have gone through the activities for the first model. And then after that, we will finish with the model 1 and come to the model 2. But let's look at the main activities under model 1. So activity 1, GlobalGAP QMS requirements. You are supposed to go through some of the training materials and concentrate on specific aspects. You are supposed to watch some videos. You are supposed to attempt to some quizzes in the sequence. And you should finish with all of that by 4th. You should finish with all of that by 4th. So let's look at the main activities. So I'm going to module 1. So this is module 1, and this is what is starting for you this week. Importance of producer group internal inspections, qualification and competency requirements for inspectors. And for this model, these are the objectives. You should have a good overview of GlobalGAP option 2. And then you should also be able to know the importance of internal inspections in maintaining an effective QMS in smallholder group compliance. And you should know the job description requirement of GlobalGAP internal auditor and inspector and differentiate between the two. So these are the objectives for module 1. And by Friday, you should be able to measure yourself how far you've gone with achieving these objectives. So what to do? First of all, you have to read through the pages on the model. That is the first thing to do. So you see model 1 activity instructions here. Once you click on it, the instructions will open about what to do. And you see all of the things you have to do. The first thing to do is to take part in this Zoom session, which you are already part of. And then you have to carry out the task on the platform, and then you submit an end of sequence test. And there is a portal which you use to submit the end of sequence test. I'll show you the portal later on. Then the second sequence is internal inspections as producer group, the QMS requirements for GlobalGAP option 2. So you click on it and you are there. Okay, so once you click on it, you come to this page and then you click on read. When you click on read, it brings you to the sequence itself. And you see on your left side some tabs. Okay, so the sequence is organized in tabs on the left side. Okay, so you see the instructions on the sequence. That is the first thing you see on the sequence page for each sequence. So you see the instructions. Please try as much as possible to read through it. Try as much as possible to read through the instructions. And then you see a link to the end of sequence submission portal. So this is where you are going to submit your assignments and your test and all of that. Okay, so once you click this link, you come to the end of sequence submission portal, and you can submit your test and assignments there. And then after the instructions tab, you now come to the course presentation itself. And the course presentation is a series of slides which have been organized. Okay, so once you come to the course presentation, once you click on the course presentation, you would now be able to see the main course content organized in a series of slides. And you have a progress bar. So here you have about 7 slides here, and each slide has course materials on it, which you have to go through. There are about 7 slides on this particular sequence. Then after that, you come to the specific tasks, some of the tasks that you have to undertake. Your training materials, from the list of documents provided under, please scan through and locate this specific. Okay, so these are activities you have to complete. Okay, these are activities you have to complete. So you make sure you complete those activities, and then after that you come to the sequence test, and here you have some tests to complete as part of the sequence. Now let me come to course materials. And Miss Angela, can you come in with the course materials, please? If the specific course materials that have to be used.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you, Charles. The training material for reference in this course, you will still find them in the portal, but this is a GlobalGAP version 5.2 checklist for fruits and vegetables. Maybe Charles, you can click on that folder for training materials.
Yeah.
Yes, you can see we are going to use a GlobalGAP general regulations at 2 version 5.2. Okay, and specifically like for today's exercise, we will go to GlobalGAP general regulations on the part of Annex 2.1. That will be pages 11 and 12. You will see that in the instructions. Then there is a presentation on the techniques in communication. But generally for this course, we will be using GlobalGAP checklist for fruits and vegetables version 5.2. We will access it later on as we proceed with the course.
Okay, and you can download the entire course materials by just clicking on this button here, download folder. Okay, you can click on it and you can download the entire course material from here. Okay, please, any questions so far about how the training is organized and the website and so on? Have you had any, apart from the general challenge that we had on the platform, have you had any unique challenge in assessing the course, please, so that we can resolve it? If anybody has any challenge, please don't hesitate to contact us, myself or Angela, or you can write to David directly for assistance. It's very important because once you are not able to access the website, then the training becomes very, you will not be able to make progress with the training because everything is organized on the website. And this face-to-face session is not to present any new material or additional material. is just to provide you with support and some more guidance about how to complete the course. So for our face-to-face session, there may not be any new materials unless it is very necessary or there is a strong need for that. But otherwise, everything else you would find on the training platform.
Maybe, Charles, we can get feedback from our esteemed participants one by one if they have been able to click on this link to access this training portal. Thank you.
Great. So first, I can have there is a message in the chat. I think someone can't access the platform because it's not opening in English. How can I change it in English? Okay, so it's easy. When you come here, please look at the top, the tabs at the top. Once you come to the landing page, you see these tabs at the top: dashboard, self-study courses, collective training, resources, help, and then you see the language. Okay, so it's English and French. You click on the drop-down list and you choose English. That's how to change the language. Okay, so okay. Any other challenge, if any? If you are still having challenges, Mikayas, do you have any challenge?
So far, it's accessible for me. If I try to see the videos, it's working well.
Okay. Oh, okay. So okay, so you can't access it, you can't log in, then please, you need to change the language on your browser. Okay, if you haven't logged in, it means that your browser hasn't done the language settings. You need to do the language setting on your browser. Okay. Who is this? I can't identify you by name. So if you can introduce yourself by your name, I can see Zoom something with some numbers. Yeah, the one who can't access, who can't log in. Can you please, okay, Chacha, okay. Chacha, you need to change the settings on your browser. Please, what browser are you using, please? What browser are you using? Chacha from Tanzania. What browser are you using? Are you using Microsoft Edge Explorer? Okay, so I'm not using Explorer, I'm using Edge. But if you go to settings on the Explorer, you should be able to change your language into English there. Or you can still you can still do some translation of the site if Explorer allows that. You can translate the site into English. But otherwise, you can do the language settings on your browser. Is anybody using Explorer who can share with us how to change the language settings on Explorer? Chacha, try and let's see whether go to settings, the setting tab, and try and change it, and let's see. While Chacha is trying, is there any other challenge we can help to resolve? Okay. Are you successful?
Hello. Good morning,
Hi.
sir. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you too?
Good. Actually, I told you, I don't know where do I need to go and set. Where's the settings?
Okay, so the settings, if you can see my screen, I don't know for browser, I'm using Edge. I don't know for Explorer. Okay, let me open Explorer and see. Explorer. I'm trying to open on Internet Explorer. Okay, so this is Internet Explorer. Right? Okay, so this is Internet Explorer. Now on your right, you see the gear symbol. Okay, you see the gear symbol. Chacha, are you following?
Yes, I'm following.
Okay, then you see some print, file, zoom, blah, blah. Then you come to Internet options. Internet options, you click on Internet options. Okay, so Internet options brings you here. You see general security, privacy, content, connection, and etc. I think it should be at content. If you come to content, no, probably general. Okay, language. Here is it, language. Yeah. So you choose the language, and then you set your language preferences here by clicking on it.
Excuse me, just I beg you for it to be slowly.
Come again, your
so sorry, I tried. If you can go back again.
We can go back.
Yes, yeah, just to do that again.
Have you been able to set the language?
No. I just want to know from the start, how do I go from the Explorer? Because I went to general, but I've not seen the language.
Okay, so you come to here on the extreme right, on the gear tab, click on it. Then you come to Internet options here, then click on it. When you click on Internet options, come to the last group of tabs.
Wait. Excuse me. Where do you find the Internet option?
Here, look on the screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Here on the extreme right, you see where the mouse is hovering. Here.
Yes.
You click on it, and then this menu will open for you. Then you come to Internet options here, the last but one item.
Pause there, and then let me try. Just pause there. I want to try.
Okay. Are you through? Chacha, are you through?
Unfortunately, it doesn't give you the same window, the same. I can't find the general or the setting. I don't. What I'm saying.
Okay, so
I'm not
okay, let's proceed after
that icon, the setting icon.
Okay, let's proceed after the session. I would send you an invite immediately after the session to help you out. I'm saying that we can proceed for now. When we are done with this session. Hello, can you hear me?
I'm saying, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm saying that let's proceed, and then after this session, I would engage you one-on-one to help you out. Okay, so we can proceed.
Yes, yeah, you can go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll call you after this session to engage you one-on-one to resolve this problem. Okay, so if there is no other problem to handle, we can continue to explore the training platform. Okay, so on module 1, there are 3 sessions, and you have to complete all the session. There is end of module assignment, which is a group work. Okay, so when you click on it, you come to this site. I would prefer that because at the moment we are not up to the number, so it means that I and Angela has to sit down and do the grouping. But I was thinking we could all be up to the number, then we can discuss on the grouping by ourselves. But at the moment, there are only 3 participants or 4, and so we will do the grouping, and then you would see your group here, and you see your group here. So this group work is about effective communication. Okay, so you watch the video and answer the questions and submit it on the portal. Then it also has end of module quiz. Once you click on the end of module quiz, it takes you through a set of quizzes, a set of questions to help test your progress on the training. And then there is also a forum for interaction. So this forum, you can post all your challenges on the forum. You can, we can hold discussions on the forum, and you can also seek clarifications on the forum. And specific materials for module 1 are also downloadable here. You see the specific material for module 1. If there are any specific materials for other modules, you see all those specific materials for the particular modules. So this is it for module 1. Any question? Or Angela, do you have some comments to make or some additional information to give?
Well, maybe I can ask who has succeeded in downloading the training materials so that we can see where we are as we proceed. And also for us to see who to provide support to later. Joseph, have you succeeded in downloading the training material? Just to ask. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you all hear Angela? Okay, at the moment we have lost Joseph, we have lost Kaka, and I think we've lost Mikayas as well.
Okay, okay. Andrew, have you
Okay, Mikayas is back.
Yeah, Angela.
Hello? Yes,
Hello.
morning. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I was thinking you are taking us through the whole session so that maybe later we do it offline. That was my take. Because I was following what Charles was taking us through so that maybe after the live session, I can attempt to do it alone.
Okay. I think then that will still work because we have not given you adequate time to be able to digest what needs to be digested and internalize and access the training materials and the entire course. How about you, Mr. Mikayas? Where are you at this moment so that we can know how to proceed? Okay, Mr. Charles, I think best is for us to engage live on the training platform so that our participants can also be able now to see how to go through it. So maybe starting with the very first activity, you can maybe, Charles, share your screen and
Okay.
we go live on the training platform.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yes, I think you are right.
Okay. Fantastic.
So I'm sharing my screen now. Okay, so when you come to the landing page, so this is the landing page for our training. Okay, there are a lot of other trainings that you might be participating in, but you need to come to the landing page for this training to be able to access all the modules and all the activities. So you make sure that your link is bringing you to this page, Internal Inspections GlobalGAP. Okay, your link should bring you here. Once you come to this landing page, everything is organized in tiles, okay? So you have the welcome tile, introduction, then you have the modules also, module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, and then your training evaluation. It is not all the tiles that you can see at this moment. The tiles will be given to you, will be open for you week after week. So it is not all the tiles you see at this moment, but at the moment you can see, at least you should be able to see 3 tiles: the welcome tile, the introduction tile, and the module 1 tile. So if you are not seeing these 3 tiles, please let us know. You should see the welcome tile, the introduction tile, and the module 1 tile. If you are not able to view these 3 tiles at this time, it is important to bring it to our attention. I will handle Chacha's situation with him one-on-one since he cannot log in at all. So I'll handle it one-on-one. If we are able to resolve it, fine. If we are not able to resolve it, we would request for assistance from David. But I'll handle Chacha's situation one-on-one. Apart from Chacha, all of you, I guess you should be able to see these 3 tiles: welcome, introduction, and then the module 1. To access the tile, just click on it. Once you click on it, the tile will open below, and you'll be able to view the information on the tile. So on the welcome tile, you are going to have the introduction on fit for market and ColeACP in general. So all the things that Angela spoke about concerning ColeACP, you can find them here and some additional information. Okay, so if you want to have the more details about the message Angela gave on ColeACP, you can find it on the welcome tile. Okay, and you know all about ColeACP, and you can watch all the videos about ColeACP. After the welcome tile, you now come to the introduction to the course. That is also another tile, but this tile is not part of the main training activities. Okay, note that the introduction to the course tile is not part of the main training activities, but it is a preparatory information for you, which will guide you about the remaining of the training activities or the modules you are going to go through. So this is going to introduce you and give you all the necessary guidance and information on the main training activities. And over here, this is why you can download your detailed training program. Okay, so you see your detailed training program here. And this is why you can also view the objectives of the training, both the main objectives and the sub-objectives. They are all on the introductory tiles. And then you can also see some information about us, myself and Angela, by clicking on About the Trainer. So you see the banner about the trainer. Once you click on the banner, you'll be able to see more information about us. And then starting your training. First, to start this training, you need to answer the entry knowledge questionnaire, okay? You have to answer the entry knowledge questionnaire. Sorry. Okay, so there is an entry knowledge questionnaire. Let me click on it, and then probably you know what is expected there. The entry knowledge questionnaire brings you to this page. And we just want to have some background information about you to help us to know how to tailor our presentation to suit your background and your expectations. So this entry knowledge questionnaire is just to help us to do that. So please do well to complete it for us so that it can help us to tailor our presentation and meet your specific expectation. So this is it. Please do well to complete it for us and submit it. Once you finish with answering all the questionnaire, just click on the submit button, and that is it. So that is how to start this training. Answer the entry knowledge questionnaire first. And then once you answer the entry knowledge questionnaire, you introduce yourself. Okay, the self-introduction. You click on introduce yourself, and this one connects with the forum. Okay, so your information will go to the forum, and all of us can see it in the forum, and so on. So the introduction follows a pattern. Okay, so you introduce yourself according to this pattern: your name, your company, your position or job title, your role in the company, what particular activities you do in the company, your best food, your country of residence, and your hobbies. Okay, so if you want to answer the question, you just come to the bottom here. Please follow the mouse, follow my mouse. You come to the bottom here and you click on reply. Okay, so once you reply, a chat box is open. A chat box is open. So I'm going to reply for myself. So my name is Charles Minta. My company is Global Competence Ghana Limited. I am the managing director. My role is a management role. My best food are Ghana Jollof. I'm saying Ghana Jollof because we have Kenya Jollof, we have Nigeria Jollof, we have Ethiopian Jollof, but I like Ghana Jollof. So that is my best food. Then my current country of residence is Ghana, specifically Accra. My hobbies, I like reading. And I like using the internet a lot. Internet for information. Okay, so once you complete it, you now post it in the forum by clicking post to forum. You just click post to forum and bam, it's here. Okay, so once we come to the forum, we'll see, you know all about the other participants and also the trainees. Okay. And then after that, you come to your reading materials. Okay, you can download your reading materials. And then after that, there is an information from the COLESIP technical support team, how to get the best out of this training. Okay, so this particular information is to help you to solve some of the little problems you may have while going through the platform. So it's like a troubleshooting guide or something like that on how you can get the best out of this training. So that is for the introductory tile. Then you come to, so now after the introductory tile, this is where the main training or the main course is starting. And for the main course, it's been organized in modules. So you see module 1, you click on it, and module 1 is what we are doing this week. So this week, we are going to focus on the tile titled module 1, Importance of Producer Group Internal Inspections. Once you click on the tile, it opens for you and you see the module objectives and what to do. So the what to do gives you particular instructions about how to complete the module successfully. Okay, so here, what to do, read instructions for this module below. Follow the H5P sequences, attempt the end of the module quiz, and share module experience on the forum. So this is what is expected of you under module 1. You need to read the instructions, and here is the module instructions, is right below. Just click on it, and you see the module instructions. You need to read through it. It's very, very important. And then you join the live session. Of course, once you are part of this Zoom meeting, you have already joined the live session, but we are also recording it and we will upload the recorded session on the site. So once we finish with this live session, the playback will be uploaded here. Okay, so once you come to the site again, you see the playback here at this place. And then after that, you come to the module 1 sequence. There are 3 sequences in module 1. Okay, there are 3 sequences. Sequence 1 is on GlobalGAP QMS requirements. So you need to click on sequence 1 to read the materials on GlobalGAP QMS requirements. Then sequence 2 is internal inspections as a producer group with respect to the QMS requirements of GlobalGAP option 2. So you click on it to read the course material on that particular sequence. Then sequence 3 is GlobalGAP internal inspector qualifications in the general regulations. So you click on it to read through that also. And then once you go through all the sequence, you have an end of sequence test to submit. Okay, end of sequence test to submit. And this is the portal you will use to submit the end of sequence test. This portal. So please note it. All your tests will be submitted using this portal. Now the activities for the model. End of model assignment, which is a group work. So we will allocate the group. I will allocate the group with Angela after this session. Then end of module quiz, then forum interaction. Okay, so these are the main assignments. You take the end of module assignment, which will be a group work. You take the quiz, and then we have some chat on the forum. Maybe we can ask you some questions on the forum, or your colleagues can ask you, can seek for clarifications on the forum, and we can all answer. And then finally, you have your module 1 resources. Okay, so you click on it, and the resources for that model will now open to you, and then you can download it. Please note that we can give you specific resources for each model. You have the resources for the overall course, which is what Angela has gone through with you. But for each model, if there are additional resources which can be made available, we will make it available. So don't neglect the model resources. It can be updated. Okay, we can update it, or it can be the same. So all the time, make sure that you click the model resources for specific model materials. Now, this is the landing page for the model. Okay, so each model, you see the landing page, which is organized this way. Now, for each sequence in the model, you go to a different page to address the sequence, the particular sequence. So you need to click on the sequence. So for example, sequence 1, GlobalGAP QMS requirement, you have to click on it like this. And then you come to the sequence page itself, where the materials or the course content for that sequence is presented. And the page looks like this. Once you get there, just click on read. Just click on read here, and you come to the materials, the content. The content is organized in tabs on your left. Okay, the content is organized in tabs on your left, and the first tab is the instructions for the sequence. So apart from the general instructions that we have gone through, each sequence also has specific instructions which you need to follow to be able to complete the sequence. And then after that, you have the course presentation. And the course presentation is just a series of slides which is providing you with the main content of the particular sequence. Okay, so you need to navigate through the slides by clicking the navigation button for each presentation to go through it. Then you have to watch a video. So these are the videos to watch. Very, very important videos. Okay, very, very important videos. And you get a lot of the things we want to address in this training by watching the video, these 2 videos here. So you need to take your time to watch the videos. Very, very important. It contains a whole lot of information. And as you can see, we are not going to present you with new information in our face-to-face session, because all the information will be on the platform. So it is important for you to make sure that you exhaust the materials on the platform. And after exhausting the materials, if you need any further support, when you contact us, Angela and me, we'll be able to help you to address it. So you watch the videos, these two videos for this model, and then after watching the video, you attempt the sequence test. Okay, just click on it and you attempt the sequence test. From what you can infer from the videos, what roles does an internal inspector play in the process of producer group certification? Please itemize your answers in bullet points. So here, all we need is bullet points about the role of an internal inspector in a group certification. Okay, so that is it. Once you finish with it, you click on the navigation tab and then you export your text. Okay, please note this process, very, very important. You export your text. When you export your text, it means that you are going to be able to download your text, your answer. When you download your answer, you go to the submission portal and you upload your answer on the submission portal. That is where Angela and myself can view your answer, and all other trainers on the platform. As far as this, let me shorten it and say other officers of COLECP can also view your answer there. So please, once you finish your end of sequence test, click on the navigation button here. Click on the navigation button here to come here to export your text. When you export your text, you have to upload it on the submission portal. If you are having any challenge about exporting your text or uploading it on the submission portal, please do not hesitate to contact us. Angela is there for you. I'm also there for you, and we can help you to be able to address your challenges. We will also address some of the challenges on WhatsApp, so don't forget to send your WhatsApp number also. Okay, so generally this is how Module 1 is organized. And once you export your test, you are done with Module 1. This is how it's organized. Angela, do you have anything to add?
No, not at this moment. Thank you, Charles. I can see that Maximilian Mtende has joined us. Good morning, Maximilian.
Hi, good morning, Maximilian.
You are most welcome to the training. Maybe you can greet us and then we take a short break, like 10 minutes before we come back to class.
Right. Okay, so we'll take a short break, 10-minute short break, and we are coming back.
Yes, let's just hear a greeting from Maximilian.
Yeah, greet Maximilian. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am very sorry for the late.
No problem. You're most welcome. We were expecting you. You come from which organization?
Ghibli Business Solution.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So let's take a short break, 10 minutes, and we get back to the training class. Do not log off, please.
Yeah,
just
please.
Stay logged in. Just take a short coffee break at 10:23 East Africa time. Let's be back. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. See you in 10 minutes.
Hmm?
The person you have called is not reachable. Airtel subscriber you have called.
Hello. Habari. Andiko ni ameweka wapi? Na nini Delphin hajaongea. Siku hizi ameanza kuwa rude. So kesho tulikosa kumwepelekea gari. Kwa hivyo ako tayari. Ilianza.
All right, so we can start. Angela, can we start?
Okay.
Angela, you're on mute.
Oh, naona aje.
Please, can you? Okay. Angela, can we start? Angela, you're on mute.
Thank you, Charles. We can proceed. You can share the.
Okay. All right. So I think we've gone through the opening session. We've gone through the short message from police Fit for Market program, introduction to the training. We've gone through the main objectives, roles and responsibilities. I think we should be familiar with it now. So here, I'll give the floor to Angela to take us through the course content for Module 1, just a debriefing on the course content. So I'm going to share the screen for that to take place. So,
Thank you, Charles. As Charles is sharing course contents, this week we're going to have the module 1. This is just the very first step or first topic in the GlobalGAP internal self-inspection course. And at the end of this course, everyone should be able to distinguish between the GlobalGAP option 2 and other certification options. I know you are already aware that we have option 1, 2, 3, and 4. And everyone should be able to identify the producer issues to be addressed by GlobalGAP option 2. As you understand, option 2 is for smallholders who have organized themselves into producer groups. And yeah, there are specific issues that option 2 addresses regarding the management, that is quality management system of their group to be able to have GlobalGAP certification. And everyone should also be able to know the benefits of producer group GlobalGAP internal inspections. And that is really the driving force or the driving factor in taking this course because of the importance of the internal inspections. That is why ClearSpace is training GlobalGAP internal inspectors. Now, we have several sequences in module 1, and the first sequence it comprises of 3 things that we need to do: read through and answer a few quizzes on the course presentation, then watch the videos There are 2 videos in this sequence. That is a GlobalGAP group certification, option 2. And then we also have another webinar, GlobalGAP group certification, option 2. Maybe Charles, you can share the link so that everyone can see where to read this. If you are a bit behind, do not worry. We will be able to catch up with you after the class and do one-on-one follow-up, ensure everyone can be able to access the course online and be able to go through all these materials. Thank you, Charles. Next. Okay. Now this presentation that we have on the screen is still in the online training platform. So I said the first thing is to be able to differentiate between the different certification options for GlobalGAP. Now we have option 1. Option 1 is applicable to legal entities, that is individual producers or companies with single production sites or multiple production sites that are not separate legal entities and are operated without a QMS. When we say operated without a QMS, this means that the quality management system of that entity will not be audited. In other words, during the certification, the auditor will not use the GlobalGAP QMS checklist to audit. We will only use one site checklist, which is the all farm, crop-based, and fruits and vegetables module. You can stop me at any time, please, to ask questions. It is assumed that by this time you've downloaded the training materials. You already have the checklist with you, but if you do not have, not worry, we are going to access them in the course of this course. Now, so GlobalGAP option 2, this is where all the producer groups certification applies. Any producer group will be certified under option 2. This is also applicable to individuals with multi-sites. I mean, for example, if there is a company by the name, let's say Ethiopia Fresh, and it has 3 sites to be certified. If the 3 sites to be certified would operated under a quality management system that you would want to be audited, then it will go for option 2 certification. Okay. Now, this requires an annual internal inspection of all producer farms and production sites by a qualified inspector. So this is the essence for this course, because producer groups and the individuals with multiple sites with centralized QMS, they need option 2 certification. And the first step to certification is internal inspections. Internal inspections are followed by internal audit, and then comes the certification audit. Okay, next. Now, we had also earlier said that by the end of this module, everyone should be able to differentiate between a GlobalGAP auditor and a GlobalGAP inspector. Now, a GlobalGAP auditor is the one doing internal audits. We call it internal QMS audit for producer groups and sites with centralized QMS. The inspector is the one inspecting each site of the producer group. So as it reads here, an auditor is an individual qualified for auditing the quality management system of producer groups and option 1 multi-sites, where QMS is implemented for compliance with the GlobalGAP standard according to the QMS checklist available on the GlobalGAP website. GlobalGAP auditors are also qualified to inspect production sites. As we go on, you will find that it is the training of the auditor is required to have more hours of training, and the auditor should be trained in auditing a QMS, quality management system. But the inspector qualifications is not necessary to have the QMS audit training. Most of them call the QMS audit training the ISO 9001 training or ICRA lead auditor training. Now, inspect means to look at closely, typically to assess the condition of the producer sites and to discover any shortcomings to ensure that they reach an official standard. So it is an inspection against requirements of a certain standard, and in this case, GlobalGAP. Next slide, please. GlobalGAP inspection is the verification of compliance with the GlobalGAP control points and compliance criteria at production site level. Now, inspector is the one who is doing the GlobalGAP inspections. An inspector is a person who complies with the requirements set out in the General Regulations Part 2, Annex 2.1. We will see that shortly. And this is the person who carries out these inspections. Now, importance of the GlobalGAP inspection. This is one of the main objectives of this module for us to be able to understand how important is this internal inspection. And before I read what is on the screen, you realize that for GlobalGAP certification to take place, all the registered producer sites must have gone through internal self-inspection. And after the self-inspection, there comes the internal inspection. So GlobalGAP internal inspection is a prerequisite to a GlobalGAP internal audit, which is also a prerequisite to GlobalGAP certification audit. Now, GlobalGAP internal inspection provides objective, independent, and special information regarding the condition of the producer group farm sites. And this is done to verify compliance with food safety requirements and good agricultural practices. It is done to identify and correct any deviations and gaps in compliance with the GlobalGAP standard. This is a stepping stone to verifying compliance with GlobalGAP amongst producer group members. It is a basic requirement before registering the producer group members for GlobalGAP certification. The requirements are stipulated in General Regulations. Okay, thank you very much. Any questions so far? Mr. Maximilian, we are together. Andrew, are we together at that point in time?
Yeah.
Yes, are we together, madam?
Okay, great. Mr. Joseph, we are together?
Yes, please, we are together.
Okay, fantastic. Let's go to next, Mr. Charles.
So
okay.
These are the videos.
Yes, let us skip the video and the two videos actually, and you can have a look at it during your own free time to be able to save time and keep to the time that we requested you to save for this training.
Okay, so let me make a quick comment on these videos. I want to re-emphasize the importance of these two videos here. You see, because we are doing digital training, we cannot compress everything on this live session. There are certain things that you can do on your own free time, in your bedroom, in your living room, even in your washroom, in your car, and all of that. You carry the training along with you. So that is why some of this information have been presented with in the form of videos and all of that. Please do well to watch this video. If possible, watch it twice or 3 times and get the right information from it, because your assignment will be based on these videos. So please do well to watch it. Okay, so next, Angela, we are next.
Yes, the next is just a little bit of a test and a question there. Okay, this is a question from the videos, but I think we can just do a brainstorming of what is required here. There is a question: what role does an inspector play in the process of producer group certification? Please itemize your answers in bullet points. We are going to group you into, I think you are the three of you, so if we group you, we will into two. One will be left alone, but okay, Mr. Charles will put you in a group that we call a GlobalGAP, so that you can be able to discuss what role the inspector plays in internal inspection process of producer group certification. Just list the roles in bullet point, and you can have one of you report back to us in the next 10 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, so I think, Angela, since there are only three, let's put all of them in the same group.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that otherwise one will be left alone, which will not be palatable. So give me a moment. I'm going to group you or put all of you in one group. Okay, so Angela, we are.
Yes.
I think I'm having some technical challenge in grouping.
I think no problem, since it is only one group. A discussion can flow still on the same platform. I think Mr. Maximilian, Joseph, and Andrew, you can use the direct chat messages here on this platform, communicate with each other, and give you and share the feedback to the question. Just write the question down so that at least you can share your points. And then after 10 minutes, we'll be able to ask you to share your points. We can ask anyone in the group to say the points, and we move from one to the other. So feel free, just go to the direct messages on the same Zoom platform and communicate between the three of you. I don't know if it is clear. Andrew, is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
fantastic.
Together,
Mr. Maximilian.
Okay. Apart from Mr. Maximilian, who again are we doing the work with? Am I doing the work with this? This is Joseph.
We have Maximilian, Micaeus. Is it Andrew? Andrew, are you using the name agronomy?
Yeah.
Yes, and Andrew. So it's you, Joseph, Micaeus, Max Pinlan, and Andrew.
So